Hello there, my photography friend. Today what I want to talk to you about is your website. And as a photographer, you'll probably already know that your website is a big part of your online appearance, and being in that creative industry, you'll go a long way to having your website look really nice, just feel really nice, great photos, animations, that sort of thing. Something that just looks really, really nice. And that's where I see a lot of photographers moving towards. But even though that does look great, and I 100% agree that these sites look beautiful, it's not always the best thing for conversions and for turning, getting interested prospects to turn into inquiries and then into clients. So what I want to talk to you about today is some elements you should have on your website, because this is a big misconception on your photography website that will boost those, the number of inquiries so that you can get more clients from the traffic that you get coming in, whether that be by paid marketing or SEO or, just social media, whatever it may be. Now, most photographers just have a couple of things on their website. They'll have the main page, which is generally just a portfolio type thing, a lot of different photos. Sometimes it's small, sometimes it's really long with just tons of different photos to show off what they can do, the different types of photography. They'll have something like about, contact, maybe they'll have different headers for weddings, portraits, corporate work, whatever it may be, it doesn't really matter. That's the typical photography business page that I see 80 or 90% of the time from my clients. And none of those elements really increases credibility on their own, or trust, or builds a relationship, or anything like that. So other than the photos being good, you're not really moving any closer to getting those clients. And the problem with just having good photos is that, pretty much all photographers have great photos. There's different degrees, but looking at it from a non-photographer's perspective, which is where your clients are coming from, it's difficult for them to differentiate between bad, average, good, amazing, genius level photographers. They struggle to see those differences. So you have to help them by doing things that increase your credibility, like if you've won any awards, you need to have that out there. Your prospects need to know. If you've done any sort of notable work, worked with some celebrities on any type of big events that they would have know of, anything that builds your authority. Another one could be if you've been featured in a magazine, whether that's just work that's been submitted of yours, or whether that's you've won some sort of competition, or you've been picked out. It doesn't really matter if you've been featured in a magazine or in the newspaper. Those things also boost your credibility levels. So that's just one factor of credibility boosting. Another one is obviously testimonials. Now, I could do a whole video on testimonials, but photographers don't use them enough, and they usually just get 2, maybe 3. They're just text written out. They could be real, maybe they're not. It's not really enough to help prospects take that leap to make the inquiry and then become the client, because they're not believable enough. It's certainly better than no testimonials, but we're going to talk in future videos about how you can boost your testimonial believability, different ways you can do that. Those are just a couple of elements. So you've got your testimonials, you've got your authority boosting factors, anything that makes you seem great. And then something else you can do to increase the rapport and relationship you build with your prospects is, instead of just on your contact page or on your About Me page having just a headshot of yourself with a little bit of text that you've written up about why you got into it and into photography and whatever, just every photographer kind of has that bit of text that's about them that the prospects really don't care too much about, and it doesn't really build any sort of a bond unless you're an amazing writer. Instead of that, replace it with a short video you filmed of yourself, or you just introduce yourself, talk for 30 seconds. It doesn't have to be long, just something nice, light it well so that you look nice, you're coming off, that they're seeing the type of person you are, the way you talk, the way you interact. And they know more of what to expect when they eventually do decide to call or make an online inquiry. They know the sort of person you are. It's a small thing, but it really does make people feel more at ease in making that inquiry, which is really all it's designed to do. It doesn't take you very long, a couple of minutes, but I've really seen this increase conversion rates on the client sites that I've worked with. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you're on YouTube. If you're on my website, go down to the comments and leave a comment. Let me know what you do on your website and if you're going to improve something. Cheers. Bye. I don't know what I did that for.